theology from a woman. He says, don't you kind of think that's demeaning to the genders? I said, ask Adam what he thought about getting his theology from a woman. I said, it damned the whole world. I said, the reason your soul's going to hell is because a woman told Adam what God thinks about things. He says, you're pretty strong about what you believe. I said, not half as strong as what God knows you ought to believe. I wouldn't get my theology from a woman. I don't mind if mama teaches the kids. I don't mind if a strong lady and a wise woman and a gracious, godly woman takes a lesson from the pastor. Hey, y'all, you listen to me right now? I still believe it'd be a cold day in hell before I get my theology from a woman. I'm a preacher. I wasn't mama called, papa sent. No woman ever got me involved in ministry. I didn't follow a woman in the ministry. A woman didn't write this book. Not one woman wrote the scriptures right here. A man wrote the Bible, got it from God. A man hung on the cross. His name is Jesus Christ. And God...
It's okay. He's crazy.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I mean, who says that kind of stuff?
Well, I don't know.
Hey, you listen to me. Maybe women don't need a book to tell them how to act.
But women didn't write the Bible. Women were involved in all of it.
Very naturally, it's about the gospel. Women have just as much say in the Bible as men.
That's right. And you are beautiful.
No,
Don't let anyone tell you that.
I just don't know. Hey, you've got a lot to learn.
God, there is gold hidden deep in the ground. God, there's a hangman that wants to come round. How we rise when we're born, like the ravens in the corn, on their wings, on our knees, crawling careless from the sea. God, give us love.
simple and extraordinary, bright and dull. Or did you shove what you saw down deep, unable to cope with what you've learned? Did you ever watch The Miners' Wives? Death, decay, poverty, and starvation riddled through their lives, continually cleaning clothes but never rid of black stains. They say the worst thing is to lose a child. Boys aged 9 to 14 lost in the mouths of the mines for all eternity. The mother and the wives crying like Mary Magdalene at the feet of Jesus, but instead at the bottom of a cross at the entrance of a collapsed cave. When we started striking, did you watch the women then? Performing miracles every day in their own communities, like Jesus, spreading 5 loaves and 2 fish amongst hundreds. They say that women are more likely to support environmental causes. Is it because they're afraid of the hills that took their husbands and sons? Or just because they're brave enough to fight back? Or are they just used to fighting? Or did you watch Dolly? One of 12 children raised in a one-room cabin, sang her way up to the top, only to be belittled for her femininity. Modeled her look after the town tramp, seen as a big-breasted bimbo. Instead of a businesswoman, a humanitarian, a genius, imagination libraries, dispensing literature like Martin Luther. In a pandemic, donating millions to the world, a beacon of femininity for the Appalachian region. Did you ever watch your own grandmother? True grit took a human form. Did you see your grandmother struggle out of the coal camps of Mingo County to become a nurse, so that you might become a first-generation college student? Did you see your grandmother hold the family together through her own child's death? And did you see her go to work to support the family through an addiction crisis? Did you see the son she raised work in a factory day in and day out so that you wouldn't have to? And did you ever watch your mother clean studios so you might dream of being a dancer? Did you see the groundwork for your future in motion right before your eyes laid out by the women? Coal lives in these mountains, but did you watch the diamonds sparkle? Women created under unfair and unjust pressure live here, extraordinary and brave, unbreakable and beautiful, sparkling across the land like diamonds, dotting every ridge in the Appalachians, only to be treated like dirt. Be pure but not a prude. Be beautiful but don't wear makeup. Be smart but don't get above your raising. Be strong but be humble. For a region that expects resiliency, strength, and beauty from women, it should be shocking that West Virginia and Kentucky are leaders in domestic violence. That every 2 of 3 women that are killed in West Virginia are killed by a household or family member. That women live in fear every day in a region that expects perfection from them. So, did you watch the women? If you did, you'd be angry. Too angry to shove it down deep anymore. Angry enough to shove back. Angry enough to set your own standards. Angry enough to be proud of being a woman. A big-breasted bimbo. Angry enough to spit fire down every holler of these hills.
That's great. It really is, and I don't think there's anything that we can do about it. Women, I'm sorry,
Oh, honey, yes there is.
Yes, indeed.
Now you listen to me. When that angel came to me saying, you're going to be pregnant with the Lord himself, I thought people were going to look at me all kinds of ways. But now look at me, on icons and all. You remember when Joseph had the audacity to be afraid? Like, Joseph, baby, you're not going to be the one who gets stoned.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you. Now listen well. I mention more in the gospel than most apostles. Don't let men fool you just because they're loud. After all, we're the only ones there once he rose again.
Mm-hmm. Now I understand why you wouldn't know all that. Over the centuries, these men, they just keep taking stuff out.
You remember Judith? But the poor girl got the boot from the scribes because she killed that king.
Mm-hmm.
Even though God told her to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But oh no, don't want to give the women any ideas.
But anyways, mouth over fire. Don't listen to everything you hear. What we're trying to say is that God loved us. He said,
Mary, carry your babe, bound up tight like lips around the rump of your fingers. Over my face, blind light Samson, driven to the temple at night. Birds digging till dawn, freedom hangs like heaven over everyone. Ain't nobody knows what a newborn holds, but his mama says it walk on water, water.
now don't let them tell you I was modest. I learned how to give a real good beating real young. I wasn't afraid to give them a good kick in the teeth if they got too handsy.
And as for the tramp part, we all know the rumors floating around about me, and I was still God's favorite apostle. While the rest of them were crucified and lost their heads, I got to live peacefully even though they said I was a tramp.
At the end of the day, Jesus was a mama's boy, a woman's boy, and don't you let them tell you any different. He took his theology right from the women.
And just like all the women who came before you, you'll give your own theology to the world.
Mary, carry your shame well past on those are supposed to get a new fish. Hands running from rain, you know I'll do anything you want me to. Lamp oil, lovers may say, freedom hangs like heaven over everyone. Ain't nobody knows what a newborn holds, but his papa gonna cry, shaking, gristle and shaking like bone. Shaking like bone. Mary, carry my name, hoofmarks hacked up, all I had to offer you looked all over this place. Lost your portrait lately when the winter blew in. Like carry that down, freedom hangs like heaven over everyone. Ain't nobody knows what a newborn holds, but a dollar says I lick that devil and do it alone. Do it alone. Do it alone.